what is best for us to do at this point. I don't know myself.
Thank you, Nori.
I'm hoping you all will. Thank you.
Thank you. And it sounds like, Ellie, am I interpreting that there is an event, a meeting coming up that you would like some specific support around?
No, we're all trying to analyze what is going on. What is this, the Navy ship moving to Middle East, and we hear from Oman and Iraq that at the border of Iran, a lot of American fighter jets are taking off and maneuvering. What is this posturing? Are they going to be attacking, or are they going to be trying to interfere with the export of oil? Are they trying to block China or Russia getting into the
So, Ellie, let me just jump in. So there's things happening in the world that are deeply disturbing and concerning and even confusing. So you're wondering, as people committed to peace, especially in Iran, what to do at this point. Is that accurate?
Because usually something has to happen for us to go and react. But we want to prevent anything happening. Well, how do you do? What do you do?
Mm-hmm.
Any suggestions? What do you do from freezing this whole thing that is escalating? What are we supposed to do?
Mm-hmm. Let me check with Greg and Sati what else you would add about what you're bringing today and hoping to take from this group.
I will say that I'm dreaming of seeing some clarity for the next step for increasing understanding and peace with Iran, possibly through a world celebration of the Iranian New Year in March. That connection before correction. Because what happens is we talk and some person is heard as being too pro-government, the other person too anti, and then we suspect each other. And I think if we go beyond it, like Rumi said, to a space beyond which side and celebrate the new year, we may create connection from which we can correct misconceptions rather than starting with the argument. And I want to dream this with Nori, and I want to hear what Sati has to bring, but not put you on the spot. It's okay to be quiet and be here. I'm so glad you're here. That is my dream and my vision, and I got it from Nori. Because Nori is love. Love between the people of Iran and the people of the world. And that's our only hope.
Thank you, Greg. Sati, with not putting you on the spot, is there anything you want to add?
Actually, I was joining this group before, and I put some, how can I say, like maybe distance. I couldn't join, and I don't want to interrupt the group. I want to observe, and I want to join some part of it. At the same time, some part of me also in this exam I am thinking about, we value like power rich, and I am putting my needs to the table, and also I am inviting other parties' needs to the table. But when I think about their needs, they can be so much, and even thinking about their needs make me feel overwhelmed. And
make you feel overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed, yes. This is where I am, and I want to respect my capacity because I couldn't meet their needs, and also I couldn't meet all of my needs in some kind of interaction. So I am looking for some balance or something which is doable. Right now, I lost my power when I think about all those needs. This is the topic I am thinking about in these days, and thank you for everybody. Yes, that's me.
Where are you from, Sati? Can I ask?
Turkey.
Turkey. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And just to say, will you say your name the way you like it pronounced?
It's true. Satu. Or
Sati?
Sati. That's Satu. Different nuance. That's okay if you say Sati.
Okay,
Little bit different.
great. Thank you. So I heard you talk about power with and recognizing the importance of other people's needs and also your own sense of agency and empowerment so that your needs are included. And are you talking specifically about here in this moment or in much broader perspective situations?
In general, like I am imagining, like I don't like wars, but some people choose the war to meet their needs, and sometimes I imagine that those needs are too many, too big, and it overwhelms me. It is not about just war. Even some work with municipality or something, I feel so much overwhelmed because when I think about their needs, it looks like to me too much, and I lost my power.
Right.
Yeah,
It can feel overwhelming, and I'm hearing a lot of overwhelm because what a situation to be confronted with, and as individuals and even as people connected in groups, what can we do? Last week, we talked about a concept called framing, which I think that could sound kind of boring and not related if you don't know what it means. But I'm interpreting, and I want to check with you, Roni, that could be super relevant because just like you were saying, Sati, like, and there's this assumption of war is an acceptable solution, and then we get kind of caught in that frame of war and domination and quote solving problems that way. So my inclination is to turn it over to you, Roni, to talk a little bit about framing and how that concept and our practicing it could support all of us as we're facing the chaos in the world, and especially this growing threat to the safety of the people of Iran.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I want to also say something about the different layers where we practice nonviolence, because I see some of that tension in this space sometimes and also today. So there's this part where we want to go and take action in the world, which is very much necessary. We want systemic change, we want mutual influencing, we want to be trying to intervene when we see actions that are not caring for people's needs or are just outright violent. And at the same time, we also need to be doing inner transformation work so that violence doesn't live inside of us. Because if we go out there and we try to do things to reduce violence, and we are bringing more of that violence with us, we will just be reproducing a different version of the very thing that we don't want to be seeing. And I think that's one of the tensions that often comes up, is do I go out there and focus on doing things, or do I do my inner transformation work, or there's a layer in between those that's about how we relate to each other, the people that are immediately with us. And the way of looking at nonviolence that I find really supportive is that all three things must happen at the same time. They all inform each other. Every time I'm out there taking action, it informs me of how am I doing with my inner transformation, and I see my own edges and the limits of what I'm able to do. And so I'm transformed. And as I do my inner transformation work, I'm able to do more out in the world in a way that aligns with my values and my vision. And as I change how I show up, I'm able to relate to people in my immediate environment differently. And as the quality of those relationships changes, that also supports my inner transformation and the systemic work that I'm doing. So all three things are always moving together. And the reason I want to bring that frame into the space is that I'm hoping that if we are able to look at it together in this way, it would help reduce some of the tension that we have in the space. So when we came in, there was some tension around, hey, there's a crisis happening in the world. I want to talk about what are we doing about it right now. And then some people are like, hey, if we just talk about what we're doing and we don't relate to each other as people, then we are reproducing these habits of focusing on action and being in separation and not building trust and relationships with each other. And I want to slow down, and I want to be connected to what's going on for me, and I want to understand the other people who are in this group, and I want us to be caring for each other. And I'm inviting us to think of these things as not being in competition or opposition with each other, but all elements of the same thing. And the dance that we do together is to find where we're able to put our energy at any given moment that is going to work for all of us and help us stay together in it. I want to pause here and invite a moment of reflection to take this in. It helps you take a couple of breaths or write something down, whatever it brings up in you. And then I'm curious if there's anyone hearing this and taking this in or noticing what it brings up in you, if it gives you clarity about something that you might want to suggest that we do next, that you think would be caring for all of these pieces. And it doesn't mean we all have to be doing the same thing or doing it all together. It could be that we might go into separate groups. It could be that we stay together. And to care for all the needs that we heard, the sense of urgency, wanting clarity about what to do in response to escalation of violence in the world, the sense of wanting to be together in relationship, getting to know each other, understanding each other, building trust, and the sense of wanting to work on inner transformation, on the ways we frame things and the impacts that it has with people in the space and how we want to show up differently. And I'm going to give us as long as needed pause until someone wants to share something that comes to them, even if it's unclear and you don't know exactly what you want to propose.